fractions. So I told you before, fractions are everywhere, right? So I asked Finn and his 3 cousins what they wanted for a snack. So they said veggie straws because they love veggie straws. And then of course I said, well, how about some cucumbers too? And they said, yeah. So I wanted to show you 2 types of fractions. So this is 1 whole bag of veggie straws, right? And I know it's a small bag, but it's 1 whole bag. This is 1 whole cucumber. So we talked about this before, how sometimes fractions can just be 1 whole item, or it can be a bunch of things, but it's still 1 whole bag. So I'm going to show you what we can do with this. I counted them all, and there are 40 veggie straws. I promise I did not eat any, promise. And why does it make me happy that there are 4 kids and 40 veggie straws? Why would that make me excited? Hey, you can't eat them yet. Can't eat them yet.
Why?
Hold
How
on.
many veggie straws are there?
40.
Wow.
So I was telling everyone, because we know if we were to do 40 divided by 4, that would be, or 4 times what is 40? 10. Okay, so I put all the veggie straws in groups of 10. So 4 groups of 10 would be 10, 20, 30, 40. So that worked out perfectly. And the reason I say that is there are none left over. However, if there would have been like 42, I probably would have just eaten 2 and not told them. Because it worked evenly. If I look at this and I say, okay, this is for Finn, and these are for his 3 cousins, what fraction of veggie straws would Finn get? 1/4, right? Because he's having 1 of the piles, and there are 4 altogether. So what fraction of veggie straws would go to Finn's cousins? You'd have 3 of the groups, right? So that'd be 3 out of 4 groups total. So 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator, so 3/4. You could also look at it as a fraction of, if you were to count all of them. So if I thought of how many veggie straws in this pile is Finn gonna get? Well, we said 10, right? And how many veggie straws are there total? 40. So what fraction of veggie straws will Finn get? 10/40, which is equivalent to 1/4. What fraction of veggie straws will his cousins get? Well, 10, 20, 30, 30 out of 40, so that's 30/40, which is equivalent and reduces down to 3/4. Oh my goodness, you'll never look at veggie straws the same again, will you? Because math is everywhere. It's awesome. So if I were to say, what if now Finn's 2 cousins didn't come over? And so now I only have to split the piles between Finn and his 1 cousin, Emmy. So now what fraction of veggie straws would he get? Well, each group now has 20, right? So he'd get 20 out of 40, because there's 40 total, but he's having 20. But if I put them into groups, I have 2 groups. So technically, what fraction would he get? 1 group out of 2, or 1/2. So they would each get 1/2 the veggie straws. We could also do a multiplication problem. 20 times 2 equals 40. Addition, 20 plus 20 is 40. Yeah, that's too easy for you. What if I put them all together and I said, oh, Finn's cousins can't come over because, I don't know, they didn't make it yet. And Finn was really hungry, so he ate all the veggie straws. How many veggie straws are there total? 40. So what fraction did he eat? 40 out of 40, or 1 whole bag. Oh, and I did not rip the bag very well. Alright, so here's the cucumber now. And you may not ever use a sharp knife or knife without parent permission ever. If I were to ask you to make this an addition equation, you could say what? 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4 or 1 whole. Or if I wanted to get fancy and think of it 1/2 and 1/2, well, technically 1/2 is here, 1/2, or it's 2 out of the 4 pieces total. So I could also say 2/4 plus 2/4 equals 4/4 or 1 whole. What fraction is this of the cucumber? 1, 2, 3/4, and then I had 1/4 over here. Could I say 3/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4 or 1 whole?